All right. So we don't hear it as much now, but or maybe you do, and maybe I just tuned it out because I really don't care about it. But there used to be, topic of colorism, and the light skinned girls are considered pretty, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. You hear this from time to time, particularly coming from the dark skinned girls who feel that they get an unfair shake at the whole dating pool. So, my thoughts on that. Personally, I don't give a shit. I don't really care what their dating pool is like. And for really one simple reason. I'm going to get into the meat of what I have to say on this, but there's really one simple reason why I don't and never really will give a fuck about the plight of a dark skinned female. And that's as follows. An unattractive woman has more sexual opportunities than an attractive man. I'm going to repeat that. An unattractive woman, here in America at least, have more mating options than an attractive man. So why should any man give a fuck about a woman who gets more dick opportunity than you get pussy opportunity? It's as simple as that. I mean, a wealthy person don't ask, the homeless to sympathize with their plight. You don't go up to a homeless person and say, "Hey, you know something? I made $600,000 less than my neighbor last year due to market conditions." Who gives what? Why would he give? Why would a homeless man gives a fuck when he's struggling? He's living from recyclable can to recyclable can. Why in the fuck? Most black men are unmarried and single, and we live from pussy to pussy, and some of us have tried and failed to get the pussy of a dark skinned chick. Why in the fuck should we care? All right, so now that you know that I don't give a shit, I'm going to explain to you why they're in that situation, because it's idle curiosity. Like, why do dark skinned girls have it so bad? Now, little background on me. I actually did not know colorism existed. I thought it was just something that, I thought it was just some black female fuckery that they were using to, get you to give you sympathy. What's it called? What's it called? Sexual validation. Because they don't actually want to fuck. If you don't believe me, go to a dark skinned girl and, ask her out and see if she is more likely to say yes than a non dark skinned girl. So this whole image that they're trying to create, to say that, look, there is a void of penis in a dark skinned girl's life, and that doesn't pan out because because when you try to fill that void, it shuts down immediately. Now, so back to what I was gonna say. So here in California, it really is really not a big deal. Like, I mean, yeah, people might prefer light skinned girls a little bit more, but it's bare. I mean, it's kind of like people would prefer like a red car over a yellow one. But you will only take it too far. You won't take, like, a red Maserati or a yellow Maserati over a red Ford. I mean, it's not that serious. It's just a color. I mean, it's like having a blue house versus having a brown house. It's, you may prefer one color a little bit more over the other, but at the end of the day, it's just a color. I have been made aware since then that in the South it is a huge thing, and that guys there will take a light skin 5 over a dark skin 9 in some places in the South. It's fucked up to me, but it does add validity to what these colorism crybabies are saying. Anyway, just because it's valid doesn't mean I should or do really give a shit. Now, furthermore, um, why I think colorism exists and why I think it's to the disadvantage of dark skinned chicks. When a man fucks a woman, typically, when a man fucks a woman, um, whether it's in his same cohort or outside of his cohort, he is fucking her entire reputation. Her entire ethnic makeup goes into sustaining his penis. I'll give you an example. If I fuck a Indian chick, I'm getting all sorts of like images of Kama Sutra belly dancers and fucking those tattoos on their hands and shit, and all of that adds to her general sex appeal to me. That goes through my soul. I know people don't want to admit this shit. Most men don't want to admit this shit because it sounds kind of racist, but that's what the fuck goes through our head. If I fuck an Oriental girl, guess what? If she's Vietnamese, I'm thinking me love you long time, all kind of shit like that. If she's Japanese, I'm thinking of some geisha shit. If she's Chinese, just all kind of shit. Just all kinds of shit that goes into their ethnic reputation. Remember my video on ethnic reputation. I am fucking, when I fuck a woman, I'm fucking her ethnic reputation as well. And as far as black women goes, they don't really have an ethnic, or dark skinned black women at least, they don't really have an ethnic reputation that people want to fuck. And that's on them. You don't really have, there's nothing, I don't watch Maury and turn off the TV and go jack off to a bitch I seen trying to figure out who the fuck her baby daddy is. I don't like watch a bitch's wig come off on Real Housewives of whatever the fuck and say, you know something, I want some of that. Now they may say, oh, that's just the white media and it's propaganda. No, bitch, this is you. This is you going on there, pretend it only makes sense if they were to do that. If they were to just go to Chinatown and find the fattest Asian bitch and get her to go on Mari, it wouldn't even make sense. Because it's so contra to their ethnic reputation that it would just come off as false. The reason why people believe it when they put you on the screen doing that shit is because you are in IHOP doing that shit. You're in Denny's doing that shit. You're in Walmart doing that shit. You're in every street corner in America doing that shit. You have fucked up your reputation so hard that people who want to fuck a black woman try to go as far away from it as they just want to just stay the fuck away from that ethnic reputation. That whole portion, because that's not the whole sex appeal of a woman, but that portion of a woman's sex appeal is absent you. And when I say you, I'm talking about the dark skinned women. It's sad. I mean, it's sad that you have to go through this, especially if you do not meet that stereotype. You know, but even if you don't, and even if you can convince a man, because men, they try to avoid their baser nature of fucking a woman's ethnic reputation. And even if you can get a man to get past that, there's still the whole, there's nothing. Like if you take away the negative ethnic stereotype, there's like, what is there? Like like what's the good shit? And that's the problem. That's really like, I mean, I guess if a guy has a slave fetish, and there are guys out there like that, particularly white guys, I guess if he has that particular slave fetish, then go for it. That's a perfectly reasonable thing. I don't really know if that's a relationship you would feel comfortable with, but if you don't know, then you don't. I mean, an Asian chick don't know that I'm thinking of the geisha shit or the fucking the fucking carpet shit. Like you just strip her out the fucking what do they wear? I don't know, but when they all covered up and shit, like if they don't know that I'm thinking shit like that, then perfectly fine. If you don't know he thinking up some kizzy shit, hey, go for it. You know, he's happy, you're happy. Anyway, you must improve your ethnic reputation, or else you're just going ew. Like nobody wants to fuck your ethnic reputation. It's your fault. It's not white supremacy. It's not black men. It's you. Nobody else told you to, fucking not work out and eat a bunch of Cheetos and butter. All right, that shit's all on you. You may say that, oh well, why the white man, put it on the screen? Is that because it's you. Like, you think that if they didn't put it on the screen, they wouldn't see it? No, they see that shit. I live around white people. They see you at your worst. You're not keeping it a secret, and you're not going to keep it a secret because the nature of the particular stereotype is that they want to be seen. Every opportunity they get, they want to be seen. When a news reporter go and something foul happen, and they just happen to point the camera to a fat black chick, that's not an accident. They wanted to show you, and she wanted to be seen. Period. you know Clean up your ethnic reputation. Don't try to get sympathy dick from me, and don't try to get sympathy attention from me. Do you give me sympathy, pussy? The ones of you who are attractive, do you go around saying, you know something, this particular cohort of black men, let's say educated lames, you know this particular cohort of black men don't get enough pussy. Therefore, I am going to give them pussy because they don't get enough because of the white man's perception of masculinity. No, bitch. You just say, oh, well, you don't assert yourself enough, so no pussy for you, and go on with your fucking day. Well, guess what? You just have a fucked up ethnic reputation. So, no dick for you and no sexual attention. If I see a light skinned girl and I think she's hotter because she's only half as fucked up as your reputation, then I'm going to go for it and fuck you if I want to. Okay? If I see a light skinned girl and I say, you know something, she probably has a white mother who raised her to be, something other than a fucking psychopath, then I'm going to go for it. Period. If I see a light skinned girl and I say, okay, well, she probably had a swirling mother who, submitted to a white man, because that's the really, the only time a black woman submit, but she grew up in a household where a woman was submissive to a man, I would say, you know something? That's the ethnic reputation. I'm going to put my penis in that. Fuck you. You want better? Do better. Your ethnic reputation is holding you back, not me. Deal with it. Like and subscribe. Peace.